This conference will now be recorded.
Hi friends, good evening. In this Azure Databricks Master Program, this is our 18th session. In this session, we will see how to read CSV file with multiple delimiters at different positions. We already read the multiple delimiter CSV file, but those multiple delimiters we have at the same position. Okay, let me show you the data so that we will have some clarity what we have worked previously and what we are going to work today. So if you look at previously, whatever we worked on these things. So multiple delimiters. So multiple delimiters means here you see double pipe we have. Okay, in the same way we have seen dollar and the pipe. Okay, this is also multiple delimiters. Okay, so dollar pipe and dollar pipe. But today's session we are not going to work with multiple delimiters at the same index. Instead of that, we are going to work something different. See, in today's session we will handle these kind of files. Okay, example, you see one delimiter is here, another delimiter is here. So I need to handle how you can handle a multiple delimiters which are there at a different indexes. You may have a delimiter something like this. So how to handle these kind of uh, like these kind of files. Okay, clear friends what we are going to work on today? Okay, so for that, let's click on this. See, now we are going to see read CSV file with multiple delimiters at a different positions. So in this, we will see this particular file. If you want to process it, you need to read this particular file into a RDD. Okay, you need to read this particular file into a RDD. Once you read this data into RDD, you need to apply some kind of a transformation by using regular expressions. You need to say, you need to use something called regular expressions to identify the different delimiters which you have in a file. Okay, wherever you see the specified delimiters, example for your regular expression, you will say, can you identify the hyphen and pipe delimiters? So your regular expression will identify those two delimiters. Based on those two delimiters, you are going to split the data. Okay, this particular process, like you can do it for a single file. Okay, meaning if you have a single file, you can handle it. We have a multiple files in a directory, you can handle that. So we will see these two cases. Along with that, we can also see by using pandas data frame directly, you can able to read this multiple delimiters at a different position. So you can able to process these kind of files by using RDDs, Spark RDDs, or you can use a pandas data frame. Okay, so but we will see in today's session what happens is here also basically you are going to read CSV file as a RDD, but at the end you are going to convert this into data frame only. At the end you are going to convert this RDD into Spark data frame, but here directly you are going to create a pandas data frame. Okay, so that's all I have slides. Okay, we don't have much slides. Let's come here and see Azure Databricks is already available. Okay, I created a Azure Databricks for morning batch. Okay, just click on this Azure Databricks which you have already available. So I hope everybody know how to create Azure Databricks workspace. Anybody have any doubt in creating the Azure Databricks workspace? Can you confirm quickly? Abhishek, Manohar, Devashish, Devendra. Anybody have any doubt here? So I hope everybody can able to create, right, comfortably. Fine. Just click on launch workspace. So once you launch workspace, you will be able to say Databricks workspace. Let's wait for some 20 to 30 seconds. It will open. So once it opens, already I created a cluster for my morning batch. So I just have to like restart that cluster. Okay. So I have kept some kind of a configuration saying that if I am not submitting a job for about 60 minutes, this cluster should terminate. So you can go to event logs and check why it has terminated. See, cluster terminated. Reason is, what is the reason it is saying? See, the cluster was automatically terminated after 60 minutes of inactivity because I'm not submitting any job for about 60 minutes. That's why it is cluster terminated. See, cluster terminated, reason is inactivity. Okay, so it will give you all the events, whatever happened, who is started creating, whether cluster is running, driver is healthy or not, everything it is going to give. So if something is terminated, it will tell what is the reason for termination. whether somebody is terminated. If somebody is terminated, that person ID it will show here. Okay, clear, right? So basically I want to start this cluster, just click start and confirm. But if you want to create your cluster, same like how you have created yesterday. So if you want, I will show you that. See, this cluster is pending. If you want to create a new cluster, just provide the cluster name here and the cluster mode. So whether you want high concurrency for parallel execution, standard for serial execution, and single node for your practice or development environment. So pool you can use for basically to start your cluster quickly. So now you see cluster is taking more time because you are not using the pool. Okay, so we discussed about all these things. Next, Databricks runtime, it's nothing but a core components you are installing on the cluster. It's nothing but a servers. Next, terminate after 60 minutes of inactivity, something like that you can put. What kind of server you want, so which configuration you want, 14 GB memory, 4 cores, or 28 GB memory and 8 cores. So based on that, you have to provide all these details and click create cluster. So that's how I have done. So but auto scaling is not available for single node. If you go with single node itself, the meaning we have a one mission. So if you go with standard, you see you will have a auto scaling option. You can mention minimum and maximum, and then high concurrency you go, you will have a auto scaling min and max. But I have created a single node cluster, and this cluster is available. Now you see it is, I think, terminated again. Cloud provider launch failure. So it should start. Just click start once again. So sometimes, if you remember when we were scheduling job, I think I'm not sure when we have scheduled job, but someday like a few days back we scheduled some job, right? So that day also we received same issue. So to avoid this issue, I think I'm not sure because whether it's for ADF team or like for your team, but the job will fail something like this. But if you retry, it will succeed something. Okay. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. We'll see whether cluster is going to be up or it is going to terminate. So you can see here, started by cloudpandit@outlook.com at 8:32 IST. Okay. And cluster terminated reason cloud provider launch failure at 8:43. So almost it tried for 11 minutes, then it failed, right? So 8:30 to 8:43 means it's almost 11 minutes. Sorry, it's not a minutes, right? So 8:32, it's a 8:43. See, ours is 20. 8 is nothing but a minutes. 43 is nothing but a second. So just it took about 11 seconds to give the cluster termination reason. Okay, but now it's more than 1 minute, but you did not receive any message saying that cluster terminated reason cloud provider launch failure. So what it means is cluster will start successfully now. So meanwhile, I want to create some notebook. I want to create a new notebook. Okay, so I want to create a folder before that. So this folder I can say 18th session. Go inside this folder, 18th session folder. Let's create a notebook called multidelimiter at different multi-delimiter at different index. Okay. So in Python, you know, right? So I'm using a Python notebook. Now I want to attach this notebook to cluster, you see. So don't detach. Okay, let's attach. Click and click on that cluster. Touch it. cluster is starting, no worries. Now what I wanted to do is I need to check my base folder. You know what is your base folder, fs.ls. Let's check what you have in your base folder. Sorry, base folder is what? File store slash tables. Okay, I want to list down the content, but cluster is still starting. Let's wait. So you see when you run this command, what it is saying, waiting for cluster to start, starting Spark. So so cluster is still starting. So let's wait for 1 more minute. You see cluster is up. Let's list down the content. You see already it is saying dollar pipe, double pipe, single pipe. There are multiple files which you have already. So I want to remove all these folders. So how you will remove all these folders? Use the next command. Okay, so next command I will say rm. I want to remove the tables folder itself. For that you need to say here true, execute it. So now if you do something like this, you are removing a directory. Which directory? Tables directory. So now you try to list down the content which you have in the tables, it will throw error because you don't have a tables folder itself. Now I want to create a table folder after the file store. How to create the folder? We know db.fs.mkdirs. Here I need to say file store slash tables slash and execute it. It's true. True means it's created. Let's see now. Okay, see in tables, you just created this directory, nothing is there. In this directory, I want to create a one more subfolder. If you want to create any folder, you just have to use a dbutils.mkdirs. So this is my base folder. In that, I want to create a one folder called multi-delimiter. So my folder name is multi-delimiter. Let's execute it. Now you see true. So let's list down the content which you have under tables. Now you see under tables you have a folder called multi-delimiter. Let's check same folder available or not from here. Click data, add data, dbfs, file store, tables. See multi-delimiter is available. Into that I want to upload some file. Just to select this. So multi-delimiter into this folder I want to upload. Which file I want to upload? So I will upload one by one. First, let's go to desktop. Spark CSV files. You see two delimiters. So air travel, I will upload first. One file I will upload first. Okay. Okay. Let's focus on only this file first. Later we will focus on remaining things. So this is my file path. Okay. Now I want to read this particular file. How you will read spark.read.csv file path. But now it's a df.show. Now if you read it, what happens? Everything it will consider as a single column. C underscore C0, you are able to see entire data. Why? Because you are not saying the delimiter. Now my question is, we have two delimiters. One is pipe, second one is hyphen. So which one you will use? So one of these you can use separator equal to, you can say pipe. If you say pipe, it will give you something like this. Instead of pipe, if I give hyphen, it will give something different. So it is going to give like something John and some value, some other values. Okay, so this is not the correct syntax. Syntax is correct, but this is not the correct logic. So now you need to bring the correct logic for that. Instead of reading this file as a something like this, I want to read this file as a differently. So you can set truncate equal to false and try to read this data and see. Okay, this is the data we have. This data I want to split it with the help of two delimiters, pipe and hyphen. How you can do that is take this path. So from this path, I want to read this data as a RDD. How you will read data as RDD? Yes, is Spark context dot text file. I want to read some file that I can say it's a R1. let's say r1 dot collect. See, so now what happens is this entire this entire data is going to be one row. This entire data is going to be another row. This entire data is going to be another row. This entire data is going to be another row. Now what you need to do is here very simple. Yesterday we already done map of lambda x colon. What is x here? Every time what is going to be x? First time x is nothing but this value. Next time x is nothing but this value. Next time x is nothing but this value. Next time x is nothing but this value. So now this this x value I need to split with the help of pipe and hyphen. For that you need to use something called regular expression. Re is nothing but a regular expression in Python. So you need to import a module called re. Import re. I am importing the module called re dot split. I want to split, but what value you want to split, comma x value I want to split, but based on what? So those things you need to put. So based on two characters, so put the box for each character. So first, based on the pipe it has to split, based on hyphen it has to split. So whatever pipe you have used in middle, that is nothing but your or condition. That is nothing but your or condition. Okay, clear? Please check it once till here. Clear on this or not, friends? Okay, now this is going to be my r2, and now I want to say r2 dot collect and see how the data will look like. What happened? Split invalid syntax, something we need to close till python x r1 dot map. Everything is correct. Or something this thing. I think you need to put this in a double quotes. See, now that is correct. So you need to put these particular things in a double quotes or single quotes. Now you see John 340, 350, all these values splitted. Now these values I need to convert into, okay, if you want to see clearly, let me write it in a different way. R1 dot collect. So let me just put this result here. Now you will see the difference. So this is the result. This result I will transform. How will transform? This R1 result is this R1 result I want to transform map of lambda x. So this x, what I am doing, re regular expression, based on regular expression I am splitting re dot split. So based on two characters, so for each character put the box, okay, square bracket open square bracket and close square bracket. Now it's nothing but a or condition. So I need to split a file data based on two characters. One is hyphen, second one is pipe. You can use any of these. Next, so what value I want to split? X value. What is x value? Every time, first time x value is this, second time x value is this. Is something like this. It will split and it will give you my r2. Now I can say r2 dot collect and execute it. Now you see how data looks like. John 340, 350, 360, 600, splitted John 340, 350, 360, 600, 470, 420, something. Now this R2, instead of saying R2 dot collect, okay, now you see I will convert this R2. R2 is nothing but what? RDD. This RDD I want to convert into data frame, that is 2DF, you can say. It will convert into DF. Now this one is going to be DF. You can say here DF dot show. Next. See, you are able to get the data, but header names, why header names are not available? Because you are not providing any header names here. You can say here something called month. Your first column name is month column. Second column name is 2018 min value. Okay, second one is 2018 max value. The same. So for next two columns, this is the value. Next to two columns, this is 2019 min, 2019 max, 2020 min, 2020 max. Because you see here you have total 7 columns, So I have given 7 column names. So first column name is month, second column is 2018 min value, 2018 max value, 2019 min value, 2019 max value, 2020 min value, 2020 max value. Now you can say df.show. See, now data is proper. Clear, friends, how you can bring such type of files, how you can transform such type of data. Is it clear to all of you? Any doubts here? Abhishek, clear? So let me show you the code which we were using. So I just read it as a RDD. Then see, this is how you are going to read your file as a RDD. Okay. Next, I have transformed this data. Whatever data I have here, something like this. This data I transformed, and my data will looks like this. Okay, Abhishek and Manohar, Devender, can you confirm please quickly? Devashish, clear? Abhishek is clear. Rest of the people please respond. Manohar is clear. Okay, fine. Now come down. Devender is clear. Okay, now same thing. I want to do it in a pandas data frame. So very easy in pandas. See, we have something called, we need to import the pandas. If you, for this particular module name, if you want to give it another name, like another name, if you want to give, you can say PD. It's a rename. Instead of PD, you can say P1 also, but in most of the people will use pandas renaming as a PD. So you can use a PD dot read underscore CSV. I want to read a CSV file. We know that we have a CSV file. Okay, so what is that CSV file? CSV file path you take. This is my CSV file path. Come down. You can put that path here and pass this particular file path here. Okay, now you can say it's a df underscore p, df underscore dfp, because pandas df, or you can say pdf, pandas data frame. Okay, now I have to say pdf dot show. Next, now you see what is saying file store tables error does not exist, because whenever you are mentioning this path, right? So whenever you are passing these paths to your pandas, it cannot understand. For that, you need to say this file location is available in Databricks file system dbfs. You need to add this particular path and you need to read it. What it is saying, show is not there. Yeah, it's not a Spark data frame. It's a pandas data frame. If you want to read, you have to say print PDF. See, you are able to see the data. As you're not passing the headers, it is giving something like this. Example, when I'm reading the data, I will pass my headers, name equal to. Okay, so before you pass headers, you need to understand something called, here you need to use a separator. So how will you use the separator? Here you have to say separator equal to, you need to put here, or like your delimiters, both the delimiters you can put here itself. So this separator will accept your regular expression syntax. So regular expression I am writing here, pipe or hyphen. If I have any pipe or hyphen, based on these two delimiters, it has to split this data. See, separator we used to give only one in Spark, but in pandas you can give both. So this kind of delimiter, when you have used regex delimiters, regular expression delimiters, you need to use a Python engine. See, now it will throw error saying that. So these kind of things, Python engine, because C engine does not support, because by default it will try to consider C language for your pandas, but you need to explicitly say you should not use backend C language. Backend it should use a engine called Python. You have to say engine called Python. Okay, execute it now. See, now data is proper. See, I'm just removing these two things and I will show you how data will look like. Okay, data is something like this. I will take same thing here, same code, I will put it here. You just have to say separator equal to, so here you can say iPhone and pipe. Okay, here engine equal to Python if you use, and execute it. Now you see the difference. See, data is splitted with this pipe and iPhone. Now as I am not giving headers, it has taken first row is header. So now you need to provide headers. How you provide headers is names. Names equal to you have to provide headers. But already different headers for here. This list of header names you can take and you can pass here as the names and execute it now. See now proper month, min value, max value, min value, max value, min value, max value. So this is how you can do same thing in pandas data frame as well. Okay, how simple in pandas you see. So regular expression you can do it here. Okay, I will show you later, but you can convert your pandas data frame into Spark data frame. So Spark data frame you can convert back to pandas data frame. Okay, clear till here. Okay.
Malaya,
So now
which one we use?
which one we will use? We will go with this, not this one. This one RDD.
Okay.
Okay. Next, but you can go with whatever you want because nobody is going to stop you. But you need to just define the some kind of a you need to define why you are using this and why you are not using RDD. But if you use RDD, you will get a better performance because it's a core module. So directly RDDs will execute and you will get a better performance instead of writing pandas data frame and converting and executing. It will take more time in that conversion. Okay, any questions? No questions. So we need to do one more final thing, that is, if you look at here, right, I just created a multi-delimiter one folder. Into that I uploaded a single file. Instead of that, I will create a one more folder here. You see, currently if you list down this content, you will see multi-delimiter. Okay, only one folder I have. Now you just comment this. I want to uncomment this saying that multi-delimiter one. I'm going to create one more folder called multi-delimiter one. Okay, let me, so sending to cluster. So it's true. True means created. Now let's list down the content which you have under base folder. Now you see multi-delimiter and delimiter one. So this is the new folder which I have created, delimiter one. In this folder, I will upload my two files. Just click data, add data. You can browse it. Don't browse it because if you browse it, you are uploading data into a directly tables. So I don't want to upload data into a base folder. Instead of that, I need to upload data into multi-delimiter one. Select that folder, browse it. Now you upload these two files. Okay, my second file is also having same kind of data. Now let's go to workspace here. Just click on your this one. Now you take this particular path. Okay, let's read this data. sc dot text file. Okay, let me just give here multiple something like that. Yes, and I will put this path. Now I want to read this first. sc dot text file. Here you can see a multi-file. This is what r1 dot collect and extract. You see, this is for your first file till here. Okay, this is your second file data. Okay, you have two files data now. So same step that you have done, you need to follow here. You need to say r1 dot map of lambda x colon x dot split. I need to split. Yeah, you cannot split just like that. You need to use a regular expression. For that I imported already. How you will import? Import RE you need to say. So once you import this module, it will be available. RE dot split. I want to split something. What is that something? X value I want to split based on these two delimiters. What are those two delimiters? R condition. Okay, it can be pipe or R. It is nothing but a pipe is nothing but R condition. Hello, can you hear me now, friends? Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yeah, Malay, we are able to. Yeah, we are hearing you.
Fine. Yeah. See. Now, so where we lost, friends, previously, till where you are able to hear?
Same step.
Hello? Till here, huh? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Now you see x re dot split based on this regular expression I'm using to split a x value. What is x value? We know first time this record, second time this record, next third time this record. Okay, this record is going to be third, so this record is going to be a fourth, something like that. I will get a 1 by 1 record. That records I am going to split based on the hyphen and pipe. Okay, both. So you close it and you run r2.collect. Now you see data is splitted. So this is your till here you have a first file data. So from here you have a second file data. Now this data I want to convert into data frame. How will convert? r2.2df. So after converting into df, you can say it's a df11. I want to say df11 dot show. I want to show the data frame data. You see, so this is your first file data. This is still here your first file data. Come down and see, this is your second file data. Okay, next. Now you may know, right, why it is showing second file data up to here, because by default show function will take up to 20. If you want to take total values, you just have to say I want 30. So actually we have 24 records, but if you give 30 it will be good. See, now you will see till December 1, because total 24 records it will give if I mention a total 30. Now I need to provide headers, because if you look at the data, you don't have headers _1 _2 you have. But how to get those headers? I already defined those header names. You just copy this, come down, okay, put this one here and run it. See here, so this is data is clear. This is your first file data, this is your second file data from here to here. Okay, clear? Any questions, friends? Any questions? Manohar, Debashish, Devender. Okay, fine. So let me stop.